Gaddafi will be playing in the regional league right there. Benson, was that a good move, or you feel that he has degraded a little bit?
For the team of Paida Black Angels, to me, I would say it's a very good move, because if you take a look at where they are, they're in the Western Nile Regional League, and they are looking forward to see that they get to the next league. That's probably the FIFA Big League, or else to the Star Times Uganda Premier League. That achievement cannot come automatic, or else in an easy way. That might be the reason as to why they have gone for this guy. Maybe they having a feeling this guy has done it for several clubs, including on the Parker since 2016. He has also gone on to play for teams like Mbara City. They actually want to restructure the team to see that they add experience into the team. That is the bet for the team by the Black Angels. Meanwhile, for the player...
Did Gaddafi even kick a ball for Mbara City?
Mbara City, he did not. For the team of Arua Hill Sports Club and the team that's on the Paraka, as I said, maybe the team of Paida Black Angels, they think that there is something special in that player, and also they want to add experience into their team to see that they actually cross to the next league. And also for the player himself, I know so many people may come and criticize him because this is a player who has been playing in the Star Times Uganda Premier League. People may be saying that this is a player who has attained so many achievements in Star Times Uganda Premier League. Why is it that he has gone to the extent of signing for a team that's playing in the third tier of Ugandan football? But all in all, this is a busy season. The transfer window has not yet shut down. That's why you see teams, they are moving up and down. They are trying to restructure their team.
Okay, Mr. Janeman, of course, that is Gaddafi Gadino. Now, the Mbara, why I've asked Mbara is because he went there a little bit. He didn't even go, but he picked the transfer fee or the sign-on fee. He didn't go to play for Mbara City. It was chaotic. I remember Mbara was saying their player and here and there. So that's one big thing. Before he even came back to Arua Hill Sports Club. When he came to Arua Hill, by then it was still Aziz Daman Dabs All Stars. He joined the team, but he also didn't play any ball for that. Is Aziz Daman, and then of course he was signed again by now Arua Hill Sports Club that he played in for right there. Susie, this is a move that now has happened. Team Paida Black Angels has confirmed that he is their player on a short note. I talked to Kuma Sam about whether it's true, and that is it. So he said that yes, it was at a short notice, which is only half a season, which he will be playing right there. What do you think? Would this add something into by the Black Angels? Talk about the age. His style of play is good, but Onduparaka was also inconsistent. He couldn't play games. Could he add something to this by the Black Angels team?
I think being a lower league division side where the Black Angels recently is taking part in, I think Gaddafi Gadino will add on something at least to there is the squad of the Black Angels, because if you look at the teams that actually he has played for, I should say he has basically made the name at Onduparaka. And I really don't know whatever it is that happened at Onduparaka. The last time I was having a one-on-one with the president, he told me they are trying so hard to see to it that actually they are going to keep all the players of Onduparaka at within our camp, and that no player would leave. And then yesterday we woke up to actually the shocking news that Gadino Gaddafi had been unveiled by the Black Angels. By the Black Angels has had a lot of issues. They one time tried to push through up to Star Times Uganda Premier League, but then they kept sinking, and now they are in regional league. I really don't see Gaddafi Gadino adding up so much in that very squad of the Black Angels, because already by the Black Angels is already built team. They have good players in there and all that. We're waiting to see if it also turns out that he doesn't kick a ball with the Black Angels. We shouldn't really be surprised. To me, I really don't see a lot of impact that Gaddafi Gadino will take to that is the Black Angels.
Who could have taken Gaddafi to that is by the Black Angels? Maybe could we say influence of Lewe Adra? Is he still even there? That's also another thing. But all in all, I want to say that Gaddafi's move, if it is just like confirmed, is going to add something to the Black Angels team via creativity. If he will only not get injured, he will have one more thing to add, which is being the senior player. He will all the favors of the fans are going to be for him. So he will have to deliver. That's the pressure that he will have. But creativity-wise, he's going to add something into that is the Paida Black Angels team. And then my challenge will only be, will he manage staying in Paida? He loves Arua like nothing. That is also another question. Won't he be homesick every time? That is also another question. What killed him? What was that he couldn't do? Because when he was at Onduparaka, he was too heavy to make sure that he maybe fits into the team. So he needs to cut weight. And exactly, the coach. Will the coach get the best out of him? Because it also depends on who is going to manage him. You don't manage him well, you're going to have challenges with Gaddafi Gadino. So the only thing is give him the playtime, give him what exactly he needs. But my challenge is homesick. Can he stay in Paida for all the half season? Then after that, what is next for him? And also I think it's a good one because he is going to build up a career. He wants to redevelop his career to get better offers. Because Henry Patrick Kadu is a case at hand. He had no club in Uganda Premier League anymore after KCCA released him. But what he did was to come to Chitara Football Club. Of course, got the goals that they wanted, though through penalties, but what they counted were goals. Now he is playing away from that is the country. I think that is one thing. But one thing with players is the player management. I think players have to get managers who can manage them and give them the right, decisions to make, give them the right advice to make decisions. But there is a big one. I thought he was going to still have a chance in the not Arua Hill, but on Onduparaka team if the coach had him in his plan. So let's wait and see. He has left. Onduparaka has added in Andama Junior. Of course, that is one new signing that they will unveil soon. But what exactly now do they need to, of course, make sure that Gaddafi stays in Paida? That's my question that I'll be waiting for right there. But I think he's a good addition. And if he needs to even go for training, so that he needs to acclimatize and get used to, build up the combination with the team so that they have a big one. Because Villa, the man by the names of Oromchan Villa, left the club, so the coach is a different one now. By the Black Angels recently reshuffled, or after that is the resignation of the president, Daisy. Of course, they had to bring in a new member or a new president. So I think they're trying to restructure and bring the team back into the Star Times Uganda Premier League. Let's wait and see, and that's what exactly is happening right there. Now let's go from there and look into one of the bigger stories coming on from the side of Vipers, but still a West Nile. That is Rothomeo Cromwell Abang, whom very many call. Vipers released their squad, and Abang is not into the squad. They released the shirt numbers. His shirt numbers given to the new player who came from Brazil. So it is something conflicting and of course confusing. What next for Cromwell, Rothomeo?
Yeah, Rothomeo Abang Cromwell has been a very good player only at Vipers. You know, the competition is always very stiff because you see there are very many quality players the team is always having, and of late they are signing players from outside the country. They have gone on to add one key player, a striker from Angola, a player in the names of Kapenga, and the Brazilian players you have just talked about. That one means that Cromwell Abang will not be having any place into the team of Vipers. And to me, that's a very good decision. Even before they went on to sign these Brazilians and these Angolan national players, this player, of course, has not been playing for the team of Vipers. He has just been there warming the bench. If I am to be the player, this is a very good decision. The only thing I do is to leave the club. I get a club somewhere because he's a very good striker. He's a very good player. Only that the rest of the players who are already at the camp of Vipers, they have been rated ahead of him.
The time he was a free agent when he left URA, he was supposed to be an Arua Hill player. Arua Hill was just after him, but he still refused. In January, they wanted him on loan. He still rejected and went to Vipers. Susie, could we say he's regretting now?
I should say, because the Vipers that actually he took sides with during last season, he didn't even get a lot of play time. He only, I think, appeared not more than 5 times and found the back of the net, I think, twice. Yeah, on 2 occasions only, and compared to the other season where he finished the 3rd after Caesar Manzoki and then Muhammad Shaban, and then it was Bartholomew Cromwell who was the 3rd top scorer, I should say, in that season. And I think he really needed to have accepted these other options that came in between last year and January, refusing the loan and all that. I should accept that he should be regretting, but then somehow there is a Zambian side that actually is chasing after him. They play in the Zambia Premier League somewhere. They're chasing after his signatures. But then initially he had also refused because he thought maybe he still had a play time at Vipers. This time around, he really needs to look at getting other options outside big clubs like Patrick Kadu. Probably somewhere he would equally get back to his glory days and make a name, and then that's where maybe another big club would also come in for him.
The challenge is, do they have club managers? Do they have player managers? Because those are the things. Agents, they're the ones who leak you out, and they're the ones who say this is a good player, we need to take him. There's mafiaism in football, so you need a mafia to take you away from here and probably make sure things work, or you need an agent to make sure that this work. Anyway, that is one big one, but in case it doesn't work out, where do you see this player crossing to?
Yeah, if I am to be the player, the only decision I take is to return to the home soil, because of late we know that Arochile Sports Club is a very devastated side. So they need so many players. The only decision I take is to see that I come to that Arochile Sports Club, because that's where I know I can be given the chance. As Susie has already said, I can be in position to return to my glory days. But all in all, we still have got so many good clubs in Ugandan football where this guy can end up to be, not staying at Vipers. As we talk right now, he has already been released, because if you have not been given the certain number, that one automatic tells that you are supposed to leave the club. And as I said, if I am to be the player, the decision I take is to return to the home soil. I play my soccer with Congo.
The home side, which you rejected earlier on, they had wanted your services around January. The Vipers wanted to loan him, and before even the loan issue came in, told us that they wanted to send him the side, he refused. And then still on loan, he refused. So do you think Rahil will still be in position to accept him back after he had rejected them when they needed him?
With the conditions.
With the football, it can be possible, and it depends if just that the bosses or the people managing the club swallow their ego. I think it can work out.
And you look at the current state of Arochile Sports Club, you think they will reject such a chance, knowing that this guy is a very good striker? Automatically they will say yes to the deal.
Okay, let's leave that there, but of course a lot of things. Now, breaking news just 2 minutes ago indicates that anytime soon Manchester United could, the Glazer family could be announcing a 7.1 billion sale. So we're waiting whether it's true or lie, but that's just a breaking news. Let's get to the Super 8 that is coming right today. Bull is playing Jore. There's a game today, of course, between that is in the Super 8, where you have a lot. We saw Bull beating team that is Viper Sports Club. Someone was asking me, what is the problem? Okay, what is that at Bull? Before even we get to today's game, Bull has mastered Vipers. Although which coach and which coach? What could be the hidden agenda there?
It's true. Ever since the start of the summer transfer window, Bull has been very active in signing players. They have gone for a new tactician, Albert Chikomeko. We are all aware of that. They have also gone on to sign so many good players. And like you have said, it's not the first of its kind we are seeing Bull FC picking a result against the Vipers. I remember a season ago they also beat Vipers in Stanbic Uganda Cup. Not only that, the final of it, they have also been registered wins in the StarTimes Uganda Premier League games. Bull beating Vipers, to me, was not a shocking result to me. Though people with the recruitments Vipers have been having, and they also having a foreign coach, people thought that they were going to run riot over Bull FC, but all in all, history always speaks. History, luck, everything always plays its role in football. It was a lucky day for the team of Bull FC, and history also repeated itself. That was how it ended in favor of the team of Bull FC.
All right, today Bull takes on Sports Club Villa. a game that will be at 4 p.m. and it's the semi-finals of the Super 8 that is coming up right there. Susie, what are we expecting between Bull and Sports Club Villa?
Bull and Sports Club Villa, I think this is going to be a tight one, but I'm looking at Bull getting an early lead and probably eliminating Sports Club Villa because of their new coach. I should say there is Abed Kobeko, who has actually mastered the art of football within there is Uganda, I should say, and they've come this time around to prove to the world that they are still a better side to go. So I am seeing Bull beating there is Sports Club Villa with a very slim win, not a lot of goals though.
You're going to be having that moment to give us a call and you discuss with us. I'll probably ask that question you want to know, and that will be, of course, in the second round, where we'll be displaying you our telephone numbers on the screen so that you can talk to us and, of course, find more about what exactly is happening. But when we cross over to still some of the national stories, Chitio has assumed office. I'm talking about that is of course the netball, but before we get there, there's also a big one where KCCA did announce the exit of Rogers Mato. Mato has been their key player last season, if you remember very well. Now they're looking forward to seeing that who is that they can come in and replace. Of course they got, and now the issue is, after announcing they got in even Brazilians into the team, are they going to miss the services of Rogers Mato?
Obviously, automatically, they are going to miss the service of this guy, because to me, if you are to ask me, he was my best player for the team of KCA. He made a very good combination with the rest of the teammates and made KCA to compete for the StarTimes Uganda Premier League last season. But that's not the point of discussion. The point of discussion, like you have already posed, are they going to miss his services? Before I talk about that one, you know, teams like URA, KCA and Vipers, they always know when it comes to doing business with the teams that are not playing within the country, they have always at least been in position to get something like a cash out of these players they have nurtured. Mato just spending a season at the camp of KCA. KCA is a team that's always known of doing business. They get a player, they nurture the player, at the end you will see them cashing on the player, which means there is a lucrative offer coming from the team that is taken away Rogers Mato. And one of the memorable moments we can remember about this guy, actually this is the guy who saved the work of Micho. I remember that solo goal he had against Tanzania as Uganda was playing the AFCON qualifiers. But all in all, scoring 11 goals for the team of KCA last season. Obviously KCA is going to miss the services of this guy, but all in all, I want to put it short, it will also depend on the replacements they are going to get for this guy. If they will go for a player which will not be the fans' favorite, that one will still make the fans to flash back and talk about the good moments the guy had been having with the team of KCA.
What do you remember about Rogers Mato, Susie?
Playing with KCCA, I think he had a very tremendous activities and tremendous achievements while at KCCA. And now that I get to be off KCCA, trust me, KCCA is going to miss a lot of his services down there. But KCCA is also one side there has added in internationals within the squad. So I think that to me, the gap that he has left is not going to be so much, because those gaps already will be filled. Maybe I probably will look into his absence or the gaps he's left as the season starts.
It's a very big one. He leaves the club, and of course he will be playing in Turkish league, of course, first time. So it's a very, very big one for him. Okay, let's get away from there before we cross over to that is the second round of this very show. I want to say you are going to be part of this show by calling us later on in the second half as well. Calls will be open for you to discuss with us. But of course, lastly, probably for the first half, I want to say that it is the drama that is still happening in the Federation of Uganda Netball Association, where of course you've seen a lot of fights between the Federation and the Minister or the National Council for Sports. Okay, listen. The Minister for Sports, Mr. Honorable Peter Ogwang, did recently clarify on issues of course, Fred Mugerua not having a contract with the Federation of Netball, But again, Chitio assumed office. He said that is the president of a National Netball Federation. She is, because she said she had the World Netball Federation, of course, in fact, the sports minister had informed the World Netball Federation that she is no longer the president of this league. I mean, the Federation of Uganda, Netball Federation. But at last, what she has come up is to show that she's still working. She's the president-elect, and she was elected, so she's still the president. In her speech, she added that Fred Mugerwa has contract with the the Uganda Netball Federation. The minister was lying. Okay. Then she added that yes, they need to clear Fred Mugerwa's monies because he has a valid contract which he had. Then she added that the problem with some of the government officials is that they want to run the federation themselves. So there's already a fight. You could see on all those statements that she made in there, and yeah, some of those are the statements. Is it okay? Her coming back without, because we remember, I think she was told to step aside for some time. By that is the Minister of Education and Sports, according to the statement that came there, and she was even remanded, I remember, at Luzira for investigation purposes, and all this is happening.
Yeah, the wrangle continues in the industry, though our side performing very well in the just concluded the Netball World Cup in South Africa, and those things need to be sorted. But as you said, has still been the president, and we all know that she was accused of being very corrupt, and we still don't know if it's true or as it was those were allegations on her. But all in all, it will be sorted. Her coming to office, maybe the federation knows that it's not all that a very huge case. That's why she has been brought back. But all in all, the investigation is still going on.
Falsification for public funds is a very big one. And I remember as she was remanded, she was being replaced by there is Brigadier Flavia, who was supposed to stay at office as the president. But Chitio being elected, she still has 2 years in office. And I think if the case is not handled very well, she can actually also sue those that are trying to step on her, because already she is free. I remember somehow, I think a month or two back, she was already welcomed back in office. I don't know what happened that time around. And then she also, if you look closely, the partners, the sponsors that the She Cranes has, have still feel they should deal with her. Recently, she was brought in to hand in a certificate to the best performers, that is the She Cranes, in their send-off dinner as they went to represent Uganda in the World Cup and all that. And then even their comeback, there are still sponsors that run in tweets about tagging her along as the president. So the whole thing is very confusing, and with the enthusiasm that she has, or the trust and energy she has towards the She Cranes, I think this whole thing needs to be sorted out, and she should be freed and allowed to continue with her work since she's still remaining with 2 years of tenure in office.
Okay. She said she wants to ask for forgiveness for what happened. I think there was a wrangle between them and Brigadier Flavia. She apologized and said she's sorry for that. What is happening in the Netball Federation? Before even Chitio came, there was also the before president who refused to go. She also ruled for just like that, without being elected, and no elections. She refused to carry out elections, and that is how exactly it is. But of course, let's wait and see what exactly happens, and that is after all this saga. We take